Fumble through! Fumble through! Fumble through! Fumble through! Fumbling through, fumbling through. Fumbling through, fumbling through. Fumbling through!
Hola, lovely people out in the real world, and welcome to Fumble Through!
Fumble through!
A podcast that was shocked to find that its toaster wasn't waterproof.
What? That's good. This is way too fucking dark.
No, that's good. That's good.
Circuit breaking the story of Reg, Miles, and Flopsy. With me this week are Luke, Lindsay, and Brett. Hey guys, how you doing? How's everyone today?
You're all right, right here.
I've got some gas.
You've always got some gas. God. I, for one, am excited to be here in the Fumble Factory, getting ready to roll some dice and maybe find a morsel of glory in the battlefield ahead of us. Mostly standing over your dead bodies.
I was going to say, does that mean we're going to die?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And if you would like to stand over some dead bodies...
Make sure you follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Today's mission, if you choose to accept it, is... share us on Instagram or Facebook, either or both, you know. I want to get as many shares out there as possible.
We
want
to get as many shares, yeah.
Also, we have got a Buy Me a Coffee up and running, so if you do want to donate to us, that would be lovely.
And we love coffee. We do love coffee.
Well, it's Buy Me a Dice,
Buy
right?
Me a Dice.
Oh, yeah, okay. We love those too.
I'd like to say thank you for all of those people who have already gone in there and chipped in. We really appreciate it.
I'd also like to just mention that Luke's already started pre-buying dice in the hope that people will donate.
I have. If you book them, they will come.
Yeah, we're already well into the red.
Seriously, though, we've got some big plans. We've been sitting around planning big things, and I think that kind of injection will really help us get to the next level on this thing.
Sure will.
We really, really appreciate all the support from everyone out there.
Ooh. Well, without further delay, it's now time to get into this week's Dicey Question. Join the conversation online and use the hashtag Dicey Question. This week, we ask the following. Describe or develop the most devious trap that you could throw at a party to delay them.
Oh. Okay. Okay. Yep. So I am brought immediately to Red Dwarf.
Oh, yes.
So there's a couple of ones. I'm thinking there's two episodes or situations that really spring to mind. The first one is the Despair Squid.
What? I don't know.
Do you not know the episode with the Despair Squid?
No.
It's this underwater episode in the little I can't remember what the little shuttles were called. Bug something. Starbugs, weren't they? Anyway, Starbug, yeah. And they basically get hit by this big squid that squirts a load of ink. But what the ink actually does is it causes them to hallucinate and puts them in these fictional situations where they get so depressed they kill themselves.
Right.
It's a fantastic episode. It really is absolute comedy gold.
That is a Dwayne Dibley episode.
Yeah, that is
isn't
exactly
it?
the episode that aired Dwayne Dibley for the first time. Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And the other one was the Sirens. I think these were both from season 6. Maybe not. The Sirens was definitely season 6. And basically these large, like arachnid kind of creatures that basically get into your brain and think you're doing a similar sort of theme, basically.
They suck
and then
into
suck
your
your brain
forehead.
out with a straw.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the kind of trap I would lay. The Despair Squid, I think I'll go with.
I guess that'll
Something
delay
triggers
them.
off in like a, delay them. Did you say delay?
That'll delay
Oh, I
them.
misunderstood. Well, they don't die, so in either of those situations, so they're just delayed in their efforts. There we go.
Permanently
delay.
delayed.
Anyway.
Yeah, that was me.
Yeah, good. I like that. Anyone else?
I was just going to go something with lots of bridges.
That's good.
Bridges over water.
We'd never go anywhere. I enjoy it.
A bridge over lava. You
Yeah.
can't come back from that fall.
There's a bridge. There's,
A dark cave on the other side of the bridge.
A ladder bridge.
Yeah.
Yep. There's a fjord you have to cross.
Oh,
Yeah.
I can just imagine that map. That would be flipping horrific.
You just got to get the puzzles you have to get from one side to the other, and there's no traps in between.
Mm-hmm.
But what if there is? There's all just ominous illusions on the outside, and you have no idea.
I went straight to Bugs Bunny dressing up as a lady bunny.
Nice.
Yeah, no, it's like dressing up as a female giant.
Yeah, just,
Oh, hi! Just two guys in a hippogriff outfit.
yeah.
With lipstick on.
That was the immediate thing that I thought about. I was like, all right, yeah, I think that could work. Also, the room full of glyphs on paper.
Yep.
Some are magical, some are not. Just a whole room of that shit that you have to wade your way through, taking hours to detect magic. All of it.
Explosive runes.
Yeah.
Well, that-
Just
yeah.
to find the one piece of paper with explosive runes on it.
What about you, Justin?
I once used this in an actual game that really pissed my players off. None of you at this table copped this, but it was an elevator. And as soon as the party stepped into the elevator, they heard a ticking, tick, 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 tick. And then a panel in the wall opened and they could find a sand, one of those hourglasses, and
Yeah.
the sand slowly
Egg timer,
over the course of a minute eked out. And before it eked out, they put their hand in and they could turn it around to the other way. And then it would go tick, 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 tick. And the only purpose of this was to stall them for a period of time and annoy them because, they're looking around for things that would come out. Yeah, the whole purpose of the entire thing was let the timer run out, the door opens.
That's genius. That's actually genius.
Yeah. That was so paranoid. I think it was 45 minutes of in-game time with me just sitting there laughing internally so as not to give the game away. And they're like, are there spikes on the wall? There's no spikes on the wall. Is there any thing that can shoot? There's nothing. And then they kept failing their disabled device checks. It was beautiful. It was kind of like listening to Brett trying to find an invisible person.
What?
A couple of weeks ago,
Yeah.
did you not hear how grumpy he got around the invisible,
So cranky.
the invisible cleric, the necromancer? He was like, I can't, and then he kept failing his role to find her. And he's like, I'm going to find this fucking invisible woman. So, it's been a couple of great episodes, a couple of interesting hours, I guess, for the party themselves as they go through the slaughterhouse. You've gone from downstairs, you've cleared out the areas of downstairs, fought the aforementioned necromancer, you've fought a goblin that spits acid, you've come upstairs, you've cleared out, I guess, a bunch of dogs, of the watchdogs in here, and you have killed a human that you know to be Vern Vedman, who is one of the owners, the guy that you spoke to in the office that Flopsy kept touching his paper and his pen and it actually really annoyed him. You can see his dead body right in front of you, and even in death, it's perfect. Like, not a hair out of place.
I'd be so pissed off he's making a mess right now.
Just rub his face.
Yeah,
I think the last thing he said was call the cleaners.
I think it was Lindsay that said he wanted to put him in manacles and rebutton his shirt the wrong way just to piss him off. That would have he would have thrown himself off a bridge at that point. So, and you guys find yourselves standing amongst the dead bodies of guard dogs and this lone human, and you freeze in place as a voice from deeper in the complex rings out, speaking to you before you have a chance to do anything. Cue interactive cutscene. You should not have come here. You killed my dogs. If you continue, you will die. It is not too late to leave with your lives. I'm not naive enough to think that my brother still lives out there. If his pets are silenced, he is most likely perished at your hands, and judging by the noises that I heard from downstairs, you have most likely dealt with the necromancer as well. Count this as your win and go back to your lives. Only violence awaits you should you press any further. You see, we who reside in this place live to serve a higher power, and no matter the outcome, you are too late. Skelskig has been summoned. Our purpose fulfilled, and our reward in the afterlife has been set. Leave here now, and we shall not have to come to blows.
This is Sergeant Miles McCarthy of the Watch. Come out with your hands up.
I take it that you are not leaving.
I think it's time you get your reward, mate.
All right, what are your
Can I
actions?
charge?
What are your
Hang on.
actions?
So the corridor's still dark, right?
You are still standing in that one corridor that you saw last time with all the officers off one side. You probably think that the where this voice is coming from, you know how you came up the corridor and it was a T intersection like
Yeah.
a cross? You had gone, when you left Vern's office the very first time, you would come up the corridor and you had turned to your right to go out to the front doors. Remember, going left at that same corridor gets you deeper into the complex, and there's a set of double doors right at the end of there. And then there was a door, like an area where the dogs ran out of as well, plus a door on the other side of that. So you think it's probably further down into that area, and you guys are all in the office area at this point in time.
We saw the big dog's room and we heard someone banging on a door to get help, or a wall or something like that, calling reinforcements.
Can we sort the lights out here? Can we get some light down there?
Down
Down the corridor. Oh, let's go. Let's get this guy.
Oh, right. Oh,
Let's
okay.
finish the job. Let's do
All
it.
right. So what are you going to do? So he stops talking immediately. You've called out that you're Miles McCarthy, member of the Watch, and you've just basically told, let's get you
I
to
pull
your
out-
just rewards.
I'll pull out a potion, drink it.
Okay. Miles pulls out potion, drinks it. Reg, are you going to do anything in this round?
Miles, it's not time to drink on the job, man. Get on your... What are you doing? Yeah, I'm just weapons out. Let's go.
Okay. So do you make a move down that corridor? or are you...
No, 'cause I said to Flopsy, I need some light. I'm not going to go running in there without in complete darkness.
Sure. All right, Flopsy, what's your solution to this?
Flopsy was going to pull out a lump of wax in his hand and squeeze it.
Can you make something like a flashbang? Not right now, but in future engagements. Because that would be great. Going room to room. Just
I think it's glitter dust, isn't it? Or the light?
is that a flashbang there? Does it stun the people in the
It
room?
blinds them, and you can be stunned.
Can combine it with a concussion then. I like it.
That's good. Yeah, I'll have a look into that. Flopsy will pull out a lump of wax from his pocket and cast a spell, and there will be the sound of dogs yapping just down the corridor.
Oh, dogs yapping.
Yep.
Okay.
Same kind of dogs that we just fought.
All right.
Dogs.
Is that, I guess
That's
that's
a
an,
ghost sound
an
spell.
illusionary
Yes.
ghost sound spell. All right. So you guys hear dogs barking a distance away.
So he can get a will save to disbelieve if he likes.
Oh, well, he's only hearing them. I think you have to interact with the actual sound, don't you? Or is
Anyone
it-
who hears a ghost sound receives a will save to disbelieve.
Okay. Yep. Yep.
Well, that must have been bad.
I'm glad I told you what you needed to hit to get to that.
I like how this is shaping up already.
Natural one's a natural one. Okay. Anyone else doing anything of note? So
Yeah,
this is round number one.
Round? We in rounds?
Well, I figure after you talk, you know what I was actually worried about in this? That you guys, middle of my monologue, you were going to be like, I've moved in. I gagged him in the back while he's talking.
If I get another go, I've got something else I'll do.
Okay, yeah. So 6 seconds have passed. You've drunk your potion. You're waiting for Reg. You're waiting for Flopsy to cast some light. You pulled your weapons
Lights
out.
up.
Flopsy's done some ghost sounding. What are you going to do this next round?
Is anyone going to sort the light out for me?
Yep.
Yeah?
Yep.
Right, cool. Otherwise, I'm going to go running into
I mean,
the dark.
Tippy's already got light on her.
Yeah, Flopsy's
But-
never cast light for you. It's always been Tippy that's provided the illumination in the room.
All right, let's do this.
But I'm going to pull out my wand.
Yep.
And I'm going to use the Wand of Monster Summon, and I'm going to
Nice.
summon a fire beetle.
Ooh, that's very cool.
Ooh.
So a fire beetle is a large luminescent beetle.
How large? Large.
No, as in
All right.
small, but
Larger than a beetle.
larger
Yeah.
than the beetle that we see.
For a minute, I was like, fuck, that's a big beetle.
What do you mean?
We'll be able to get down the corridor.
So you summon the fire beetle. Does it have a name?
Birdie.
Birdie beetle. Oh, it's melting. It's melting right there. So you use, so Miles pulls out a wand and summons a fire beetle. There is light. I assume that all of you are converging back into the same area. So, you know, Flopsy was up the corridor near the room, searching the other room when that voice rang out. I'm going to say that you guys have all sort of converged into that crossroads area.
How convenient.
And that you are
As the fireball goes off.
and that from with your light you can see amongst the dead bodies of the dogs, you can see the front doors that you left from when you left this area the first time. You can see a set of almost matching double doors about let's say 30 feet down the corridor, and then two doors coming off that corridor halfway down, about 10 foot down. But the doors, one of the doors is open and one of the doors is shut. Just make a perception check for me, please.
Oh.
18.
Nice.
Little Rich got a natural 20, which gives him 30.
Beautiful.
24, but thanks, Rich.
The one time he rolls well.
That'll be the only 20 I get tonight.
Yeah, because the door's shut, it provides a bit of muffling to this noise. But Reg and Flopsy, you definitely hear that behind the closed door. You can hear a table moving, the sound of shuffling, the sound of metal implements, I guess, hitting the floor or something, as if a table's being turned over.
All right. We by the door?
You're 10 foot away from it at this point.
Right, let's run it in.
Let's just check the open one first,
Okay, let's do that.
just in case.
Flopsy's going to grab another piece of wax and cast another spell.
Sure.
So as the dogs are yapping,
Are you picking your ear when you do this?
Like Shrek.
Yeah, that'll do.
now he's just moulding a little wax into a human figure, and you hear, "Brother, come out, brother! I have got them under control. Come, my brother."
That was your attempt at...
Look, do you want me to do a disguise or a bluff or a bluff it? Do you want me to bluff it?
I guess he just makes a will save.
He
Did
does
you
make
say?
a will
I
save.
have no idea what's going on here.
Trying to suck him out.
What
of
is the DC for said will save? Because this time I did not roll a natural one.
DC 14.
Okay, thank you.
The Flopsy's trying to suck him out of the room. His whole thought process is, if I can make sounds of a dog, it'll cover up our sounds, and then make sounds of his brother to say, come on out. We get him into our place rather than walk into his.
Gotcha.
Can I just say that if that was me that said I'm trying to suck him out of a room, you guys wouldn't have let that go that easily.
Just trying to elevate ourselves a bit.
So Flopsy casts a spell. Flopsy has created another illusionary voice.
And
You
the
hear the
dogs are
sound
still
of
going as
Vern,
well.
and the dogs are still going. All right. What are you two doing? There is you, Reg, and you, Miles.
So I want to run this other door in, but I'm holding fast while Miles looks through the other room.
I'll quickly move up to that.
Eyeball, good call, because we don't want to get
eyeball out empty room.
yeah.
The one without a door open.
Okay, you go into this this open door, and you look around the corner with Tippy's light shining straight into the open area. You can see a bizarre collection of animal bones which hang from the room ceiling, suspended by long leather strips, just bones that kind of clink against each other if there was a wind, but there's not. Countless skulls, rib cage, spinal columns, leg bones, all clink and clatter, and as people would move through here, I guess, if you, especially at your height, Miles. Reg, you probably could move through here without too much of an issue. You can also see that in here there is like displays, I guess, of bones. It looks like somebody's taken a long time to put like bones together and create sculptures out of them that are animalistic, and they've been tied with strips of rawhide. And you can see that something in here has created like bone sculptures all over the place. You can also see there's mounds where it's probably a kennel where the dogs would sleep. You can see like the signs of dogs here and bones gnawing on them. I mean, why would you keep dogs in a room that's not filled with bones?
I just want to.
I was worried he was going to tell us that all of a sudden 3 little red dots appear on your forehead.
I'm just going to pull out a piece of quartz from my pouch, and I'm going to do the trick that Flopsy taught me a while ago, and detect magic and quickly scan the room.
Okay, the room itself is quite large, so it goes back roughly about 40 feet, and it also has, you can see that it dog legs around a corner to your right from this doorway as well. Even through all those bones that are hanging, you can see that from the light. You can see there's an opening down the corridor about 25 foot away, and it turns around. So you cast detect magic, nothing pings from where you're standing in the doorway.
All good. I give him the thumbs up.
Get ready
without
with the sleep strike, Miles.
Yep.
And Reggie's going to charge to the door.
Okay, so you go to the close.
I'm going to kick it in.
Okay.
Yep.
Let's do it.
Yep, everyone okay with that?
Yep.
Ooh, I love it.
My blood's up in a minute. I'm like, I want to get out of this. I've had it with this fucking meatworks.
I love this. We haven't kicked in a door before, so
And we may never kick in the door after.
We have tried before.
We haven't kicked in a door yet.
that's right.
Yeah.
We have
so-
tried multiple times.
what I need you to do for me, Reg, you are going to move up to the door and kick it in. Can you make a strength check for me in
I'm
order
just thinking
to
I probably
break
should have
this?
taken a round to give myself a strength surge, but there we go.
There's nothing to say you can't give yourself a strength surge as part of your standard action
I
movement
don't think that would
action.
have made any difference, actually. 9.
You see Reg clonk, like it hits flat, his knees locked in, and Reg just jars all the way up to his hip. And like there's an audible clonk sound on the door, and you turn around, Miles, because he's right behind you at this point in time as you're detecting magic. Whereabouts are you, Flops? He's still back a little bit?
Flopsy's keep moving up as he casts his spells and keeps the sound going. He'll do one more. Brother, I'm trying to get in the door and it is locked. Can you let me in, please? The dogs have stopped yapping at this point, and then Flopsy's going to move up and just try and open the door handle.
They've broken my nose, so I sound a bit funny.
Didn't think of that. Yeah.
So
Cool.
the door swings open. Saloni is right next to you.
Fucking hell.
That's hilarious.
That's classic. Classic Reg. Intelligence 10. There we go. That's what it is. That's what happens, right?
It won't open. School a gift.
Feet first. Calling on a push
Yeah,
door.
it's a pull door. So Flopsy opens the door. Immediately, you can see there is light on the other side of this door. The chamber in front of you is a small 20-foot by 20-foot chamber with another door almost directly across 20 foot away that is also open. There is a large bench that is on the side of this chamber. And in front of you, the first thing that you notice is that in front of the open door, somebody has flipped a table and dragged it behind the door as a barricade. You can see a whole heap of tools that would have been used inside the slaughterhouse. So knives, cutting instruments, small prongs, prods, those kinds of things that are, again, well maintained, well cared for. And you can see like sharpening stones through here. So you think this might be used as a chamber where people come sharpen their knives and do a bit of maintenance on their tools. But the floor in front of that table is almost entirely covered in tools, almost to the fact that you're even looking at it, you think that it would be very hard to move through that without copying some type of damage to your feet, a la caltrops. The door behind it is open, and there's a table wedged up behind that on the side, giving you a bit of a barricade. And from that point, you can see two goblins pop their heads just over the top of that, as if on a platform a bit further back into the other room. You can't see enough into the other room to find out its function, but you can see some corrals and those big barn doors that you saw when you were coming around, Miles, when you and Saloni did the circumnavigation of this building. You saw two large barn doors. Those two barn doors are behind this door, behind this chamber a little bit. The two goblins look at you, Reg, and at that point, they let loose the arrows that they have ready and holding in front of them from their short bows.
How far away? So how deep is the metal, the knives and all that? Sorry. The knives on the floor.
They cover the 10 foot in front of the door.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So two arrows come streaking into you, Reg, from these smaller sized short bows, you think, from goblins. Well, only goblins. They're long bows for goblins, I guess. The first one is a 13.
Doesn't hit.
And the second one is going to be a much better attack at a 24.
Yes, that hits.
Okay. Now you don't have any hoopy monk stuff that stops you from
Not yet, no.
arrows.
That would be
you can't
cool.
catch
Yeah,
arrows. You can't
none of
do
that.
anything. So you guys, even from behind, so Miles, you turn around as you see this, and you hear from goblins in the other room as an arrow strikes into Reg, and Reg, you take 1 point of damage as an arrow just hits you and nails you into the shoulder. This is probably a great time for us to roll initiatives. Let's go, people.
Oh, natty 20.
What does that give you?
22.
It's so much nicer when you say natty 20. Reg, what'd you get?
A grand total of 15.
Nice. Flopsies?
6.
Oh, Flopsy doodle, bad. Can somebody please roll for Saloni Loney?
15.
Ooh, so above there. Miles, you get to react first. So you are in a corridor outside this. Reg is almost sort of back to back. So Reg is in the 5 foot square behind you with the open door. You can turn around and you can see some goblins that would be with cover, because of the table that's in front of them, they would be 20, 30, 40 foot away because they're halfway into the other, standing on some hay bales.
Okay. So there's a table in the way.
Yep.
Am I able to... This is going to be weird to describe. What I want to do is I want to activate my boots. I want to get over that table. That's my first thing. Can I get over the table?
The table. So the table's not in the first door. The table's in the door in before. So there's this knife sharpening room. Let's call it that. And then there's like the stables. You kind of get the idea. They're stables because I've given you so many hints. But there's a door between those, and that's the door that's open. That's blocked. So in order for you to get in there, you would have to go into the night. So you'd have to move 20 foot in through the knife chamber, and then you'd have to get through the door.
Yeah, so I'm basically wanting to try and, instead of walking through the knives that you said for caltrops, I want to get on the wall.
Perfect.
If I can.
Okay, so you would have to move in there.
And I want to move.
I would say that even from your position, if you move, I'm going to count this out, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. It would take most of your move to get through that because you'd have to go in, avoid the caltrops, go up a wall, walk around, and then through the door. But you could definitely get into that room with a double move.
You can just do a circumference around the room.
Yeah, that's how much. So because it's 20 foot direct as the crow flies. Yeah. So you would have to come into the room.
They're only 45 feet away, right?
They are about 45 feet away.
So I just want to get in 20 feet and then do a misfortune.
For you to do that, you would have to get up the wall off the side. So you have to go into the room, go to the side wall. Otherwise, you're going to walk through all those knives and stuff. So that would take you out of being able to see. But that also means that you're using a whole heap more of your movement. So it's not just a 20-foot straight line. You have to go in 10 foot, then 10 foot to the wall, then up the wall 10 foot, and then around. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it's going to take most of your movement to get through to the other side of the wall, or even to get to a point where you can see through the door, but you can easily avoid those caltrops if you want.
Okay, let's do that. Climb the wall and avoid the caltrop.
Okay. So you move in. Are you going to go through you've got enough movement to get to the other side of the door, but you'd be on the wall on the other side of the door, if that makes sense to you? Like you'd be in the same room as these goblins, or you can be on this side of the table, but you can see the goblins through the door.
I don't want to be in the same room as the goblins.
All right. So that's a double move to get to that point. What's Saloni? Saloni starts moving in. She can't really do too much. And she doesn't even have a ranged weapon. So she's going to go, Sacre bleu, how do I get in there? I do not. Oh, no. Ah! She has no idea of what to do. I think she would probably move into the room and move off to the side so she can't be seen through the door. So she's got a bit of cover. I think that would be probably the wisest thing for her to do, which brings us to little Reg, whose leg still hurts from smacking into a door.
So little Reg is going to...
You've got to use the side that's not on the hinge side.
Yes, that's right. So little Reg is going to move up within 10 feet of the caltrops.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be a total of 20 feet between him and the table.
20 feet gets you to the table, but 10 foot of that movement will be the caltrops.
Yeah. So moved. However much is that all my movement?
Do you want to move through the...
No. I just want to move up within 10 feet.
Oh, so you move to 10 foot, which gets you on the edge of the caltrops. No.
I want 10 foot distance between me and the caltrops.
Where you're standing.
I'm
right
already
now.
there.
Yeah.
All right. So I'll take a run and acrobatics over the caltrops and through the table onto the table on the other side. Yeah.
Sweet.
Oh, I am
so
loving
over
this.
the caltrops, over the table, through the doorway.
Yeah.
Oh, this is beautiful.
Make a little roll. Yeah. Let's see how that goes.
Okay. That's great.
All right. Cool.
You remember the scene in Saw with the
I haven't watched that.
The bathtub full of pool of broken glass and needles.
Nice.
Okay.
The needles
Kind of feels like
So I need a 10-foot run up for that, don't I? For that
you get a 10-foot run up. Now, this is the way it happens because jumping happens in two ways. You can do a long jump and you can do a high jump. With a 10-foot run up, to do a long jump, you can jump over 10 foot with a DC 10 foot, but you only make it 5 foot off the ground in your zenith. So at your apex of that jump,
How high is the table on its side? Can I-
5 foot.
Can I land to that table edge?
So you could probably jump and like parkour
Yeah,
at land.
yeah,
Is that what
yeah,
you're
that's
looking
cool.
for?
That's cool.
Okay. So that's also going to require you just to do a reflex check on the end of that, just
Oh,
to
yeah.
grab on.
Sweet. Hang on, that'll be all my movement for the round, will it?
No, it will not.
So I can flip over. Yeah, boy, here we go. Okay, let's do the run and jump and watch me fall flat on my face.
As they shut the door.
Yeah, he gets
Nice. Yeah. So little Reg takes a nice deep, calming breath, finds a center, and then makes the run. So you just want a straight acrobatics for this?
Yes, please.
Any modifiers? You're gonna...
Just your acrobatics
Yeah,
roll.
I didn't know if there's
and
any negative modifiers or anything like that.
I'm looking for a DC 10 for you to get across and jump on the table, and then it's a very easy reflex just to grab onto the table.
Can I fail this with a 1?
Yes.
Okay,
no.
cool. No?
No.
No,
Skills-
because my
skill
acrobatics
check, mate.
modifier is 10.
Is 10. Well,
Yeah.
you shouldn't fail this at all.
Should we just roll it for the gigs? Natural 19.
Natural
Fucking
19.
29 on the acrobatics.
Reg,
So I go running up and
you
I just
get
like...
such a good purchase here that I'm going to give you the option, because that essentially that 19, natural 19 gets you, is that a decent, that's 30 acrobatics, right?
Yeah.
So you can essentially jump 30 foot, which puts you 15 foot in the air. So I'm going to say you actually hit the top of the table. Your foot lands on the top and you step onto the other side
Nice.
of the room with no issue
Yeah.
whatsoever. That was a beautiful roll.
Superhero landing.
Yes.
Kind of,
And
like
because you're small, you don't have to worry about the top of the door hitting your head. You just kind of land over there and you land on the floor, and you still have a move action left because you only move 30 foot.
that. What do I see?
You see 2 goblins inside a stable yard. So there's corrals all the way up the side every 5 feet. And there are 2 goblins about halfway down the room standing on hay bales so they can see over the top of the barricade that they've made. And
Am I close enough to get into base combat with one of them?
hell yeah, you are.
Maybe there because I don't want to get shot.
Okay, so you move the further 20 foot, which gets you right up to the top of them. Now, they are on higher ground than you. Don't do it, Reg. I've got the higher ground. But they are right there. You can't get an attack because that's all your movement.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I
point.
just can't get shot easily. I'm just gonna. Yeah, that's cool.
So they're right up in your grill. That was a beautiful.
Well done. Really well
That was
done.
beautiful. Flopsy, what are you going to do?
Flopsy's going to pull off his leather watchman's jacket, get to his knees, and push it along the floor, trying to slide all the cutlery up
Okay.
to the table.
Yeah, so you spend
Come,
this round.
Saloni, come on, get in there.
Yeah. So, and by spending the full round doing that, you clear a space all the way up to that table for you and Saloni to be able to get to the other side. And you're kind of looking up at the wall at Miles, who is standing there like Spider-Man, just doing his
Checking me
business.
out.
That's right. Reg, you've got 2 goblins that are in front of you holding bows. The goblins immediately do a couple of things. One, bows go to the ground. You see them growl, roar, and you almost see their muscles ripple a little bit more as they roar.
Shit sticks.
They draw horse choppers. So I'm talking about like meat cleavers
Yep.
that are
Yep.
rusty and like basically chunks of metal that have been wound together to create a combination between a club and an axe
Peasant
all
weapons.
at the same time. And 2 of these fellas go nuts at you. The first strikes down from above, even with with an extra 1 for getting the higher ground. That will miss. It swings wide. And the second one also swings wide. That was 2 natural 2s.
They're just
Really?
they're in awe of me flying through the gap. That's what it is, right?
I thought when he said that a couple of things are going to happen. First, they shit their pants.
Yeah, and then they turn into werewolves.
I wish more things happened.
Don't say, Luke. Luke.
Well, I'm going to just say it. Every episode, the last couple of episodes have been really good, and I've started off each of those episodes with taunting the DM. So,
Okay, let's see how that plays out.
Justin, when are you going to finish on?
Oh, Lindsay.
He knows not what he does
Yes,
to the rest of the
yeah.
party. He knows what he does. He, unlike me, has no idea what's further into this building and what doors I could open to unleash upon your innocent selves. New round. Miles, it's your go. You're standing at the doorway. You can easily move through. 20 foot away, you see 2 goblins that are engaged in combat with Reg.
Yep. So Miles is going to move through the doorway onto the floor.
Yep.
And move in to 30-foot range of them.
Even from where you are, you're in 30-foot range. They're only 20 foot away from this door.
Oh, cool. Miles is going to point it on the left and go, he's going to kill you first, and cast Misfortune.
Ooh, didn't see that coming. That will be... Don't laugh. That will be a 14.
Fail.
Okay, so he is Misfortune. The one on the left is a Misfortune.
Get him, Reg. I have a question about my slippers are scampering.
Yes.
Because they started that round being attached to the roof.
Yep.
That would count as an extra round of use?
Yes.
Yeah, cool.
Yes. How many rounds have you used? You've used them a couple of
I've
times.
used 9 rounds.
Oh, okay. Wow.
I got 1 left.
Yeah, 1 left of the slippers of scampering. Saloni sees you, Flopsy, on your knees, I guess, sweeping away. Saloni does something, seeing Reg inspires her. She runs up behind Flopsy, puts her foot on Flopsy's back and launches herself in an attempt to jump over the table the same way Reg did it. Can somebody please give me an acrobatics check
I want the
for
responsibility
Saloni?
for that one. Somebody else do that.
And I'll
Flopsy's
just
back.
let you know, one of the feats Saloni has, skill focus acrobatics.
Natural 9.
Ooh.
Even with the natural 9. You see Saloni run up, her foot plants on Flopsy's back and she does a biryani, so a twist with a flip all the way through the room.
You have no idea what you're talking about.
I was going to say a biryani.
Biryani's a rice dish.
Wait. Sorry, I
Biryani, I think
misspoke.
is what you're looking for.
I misspoke. Saloni hits Flopsy on the back with her foot and does a tandoori through the door. Either way, she flies through the door very gracefully, lands on the other side, and lands next to you, Miles. Even though you're kind of in the doorway, she passes through your square because that's the way
So
rules
attack of
work.
opportunity.
And then she lands on the square just in front of you.
Wow, that was impressive. You should have done that the first round.
She continues her movement straight up into one of the goblins, but that is all of her movement because she had to use double move to jump. Reg, you'll go.
All right, I've had it with you little green ones. Okay, so I'm going to flurry, beginning with a trip. I'll take that. That is a 21 to trip.
I believe 21 is going to, it's going to get it.
Okay, so it goes down, vicious stomp, attack of opportunity.
Lefty or righty?
I'm going to both next to me, are they?
There's 2 standing on hay bales. So there's 10 foot of hay bales and there's 2 guys on top of those hay
I'll go righty.
I'll go
The one
righty.
that hasn't failed, the
Yep.
one that didn't
So
get the
righty
hex.
goes down on top of the hay bale.
Yep, okay, so the going down strike is a 23
Ooh, yes.
for 2 points of damage.
Oh, Reg, come on.
I know,
Usually
I rolled a
it's
one there. That
3.
was
What's
pretty
going
shocking,
on?
eh? And then while he's down there, I'm going to come down with a good smack to the face with the butt of my camera
Yep.
as it comes down. Okay, it does a 19 hit.
Yes, it
Oh,
does.
good. I didn't fumble. There we go.
Oh, no.
Rolled a 1.
Oh, I thought that was going to be the end of a goblin for a
I
second.
haven't ever got the sequence to work for a trip
It's,
successful,
yeah.
vicious stomp, smack them on the floor when they're down. It will happen, and I will be very pleased when it does.
That one day.
Because I told
Yeah.
you were going to kill the left one first.
That's right. I made the mistake. 2 points of damage. That's pathetic. Okay, anyway. But he's on the floor. He's prone.
He definitely is. Flopsy, what are you going to do? You're right up, the caltrops are out, well, the knives and stuff are out of your way, and you're on the wrong side of the table to the rest of your party.
So given Saloni's just jumped on Flopsy's back and made him prone on the floor, face inches away from cutlery and sharp tools, he'll stand up and go, bloody hell, just try to clear away and you jump all over me. And then he just uses his movement to climb over the table,
Yep.
get into the room
Okay.
and have a look around. He wants to see what else is there. He knows the 2 goblins are there. They're probably well handled. He wants to see.
There's not much more than what I've described previously. It really is just a series of corrals where you assume they bring the cows through, they put them in the corrals, they milk them, they do what they need to for dairy cows, they tend to them.
Exits,
and
though?
there is a series of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on each side. So there's 16 16 in total here.
What Just is failing to mention is there's a slight whiff of butter chicken.
What would chicken be in here?
I don't know, except biryani, tandoori.
Yeah.
I thought, let's just keep it going.
Yeah. Surely there'd be a beef korma.
Oh, come on, Poppadums. If
Why
Flopsy's-
does it always have to be goblins? Why are you making fun of me?
I'm gobbling down this biryani.
Oh, very nice.
If Flopsy's got the ability, he's going to detect magic through the room and see if he can see any magic signatures in the stables or
Yeah, sure.
hidden.
So you cast Detect Magic from where you are. Your cone of magic goes 40 foot?
60 foot.
All the way through the room. Nothing pings magical at all in this. in this
Can I
room.
just also point out that the beetle is slowly just waddling behind everyone?
The beetle's on the other side of it. But can the beetle climb?
It'll be
It'll
a
fly, won't it? Right?
2-round
It does
beetle.
have a fly. 30-foot move, 30-foot fly.
Oh, okay.
But it's poor at flying.
And its duration.
It's like those, what are those bugs you get? Is it Christmas bugs? Ones that just like kamikaze into the windows and stuff and end up on the floor upside down?
yeah.
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 Yeah, it's probably gone in another round or something.
Yeah. I don't, Flopsy, here's a question for you. Does old stale manure ping as magic? Because some people think it's magical.
Oh, look, if you put that on your garden.
Oh, very nice. Get that done, yeah.
I need a Jaren to clean up all of this stuff.
I just had to. I'm just going to point out. I did have to confirm that you guys were of Indian heritage.
What are you talking about?
When? No, we're Irish.
After the first time we met Prim.
You don't get this kind of depth of knowledge without having grown up in a household that.
With a chili tree.
Nice.
I've forgotten. I'm so off task that I don't know what
I
I'm
detected magic and there was none. And then you were going to move to the next person on the initiative tracker.
Thank you very much. So, yes, you did detect no magic there. Next person on the initiative tracker is a prone goblin and a goblin that is Misfortune. We're going to start with Mr. Misfortune, and we're going to roll twice as the horse chopper comes chunking down upon you,
On who?
Reginald.
Uh-huh.
And you can take your attack of opportunity as the second one stands up.
Oh, okay, cool.
So the first one strikes at you. It almost catches the second one in the head. So the one on the right has to actually roll out of the way because the first one did such a bad job at swinging for you. And because they're reckless abandon, they don't actually care about each other. So the one on the right stands up, provoking an attack of
Okay,
opportunity.
you stay put, mate. What is that?
That's a dice.
Oh, 24. I was like, what is that? I was looking at the 18 on its side.
So he falls down again.
Oh, no, I'm just smacking him.
Oh,
this
you're just
time.
smacking him.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Do your damage. 3 points.
3 points.
Yes.
Nothing but consistent.
It is amazing how many times you've done 3 points of damage over
I'm just so glad I got that plus
over
one of
the
my strength.
times.
Otherwise, 2 points all the time would be
Yeah.
depressing, right?
He is now on his feet and he chomps at you with his horse chopper, and that is a much, much better hit than his compatriot at a 23 to hit.
Oh, he can get fucked.
Yeah.
And he's going to.
And now you realize just the strength of them raging with their nasty, nasty horse choppers as you take 9 points of damage.
Oh, it's 3 of your hits there, Reggie.
Well, Reggie technically has tried 3 times to hit him, so that's all fares in love and war. That is round number 3. Miles, it is your go.
Put this guy down.
I'm going to cackle. Going, oh, my mistake. He's going to kill you first and cast Misfortune on the righty.
Okay. Righty McGuy. Oh, yes. Yes, I fucking love it when I save. I think this saves on a 19.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yes. Yes. Why did I have to save the one that's almost dead? I mean, not almost dead. Too much information. Saloni. Saloni is Oh, you know what I forgot? She's right there with weapons too. Can somebody please roll an attack for Saloni? Because she also gets that attack of opportunity.
Natural 18.
Natural 18. Could you please roll again? Because with our rapier, that is a possible critical.
10.
Oh,
Enchanté.
this is not enough to confirm, but you may hit.
With the rapier is D6?
D6, please.
Yeah, I can only, aspire to the heady heights of a D6 for damage.
D6 plus 3.
With the plus trois is 4. I can't think of the French
Cat.
for 4. Yeah, thank you. Cat.
Is cat? It's not.
Pussy. I don't know why I did that. Sorry.
I don't know how I
I'll
feel
do
about
better.
you just
I'll do
yelling.
better.
I don't know who it was for. I don't know. I'm confused about the direction of it.
Look, I know as a
My
parent,
motivation wasn't there or anything. I don't know. It just came out.
sometimes I've used I'm not angry, I'm disappointed, but never on myself.
That's great. So Saloni is now. Did you? Yes, you had your go. That's why I brought.
As long as it didn't die.
Sorry, can I clarify? Did it die?
No, it did not.
did not.
Okay,
die.
good. Then yes, I would have done the exact same thing.
Yes. So Saloni now actually gets her real go. So we've backtracked, done her attack of opportunity, which I missed. And yes, that's how nice a GM I am. And could you please roll twice? Brett, I'm going to get you to roll twice because you seem to be on the wrong side of
the
this.
table.
No, he's still on the right side of the table.
Natural
Calm down.
17 for the first.
Yo.
That's
D20.
quite nice. That's going to hit with a 1d6.
Plus 2?
Yeah, 1d6 plus 2 is...
Yeah, she
Plus
does some
twa.
Reggie style damage. 3.
Why?
Good girl.
How?
Good girl.
How?
You should be building the enemies
But
now.
the dagger always
The
strikes
dagger
at
is the
home.
one that comes through for her.
A natural 11.
That is not going to hit. The dagger flies wide. So the rapier spikes and the dagger slices, but the dagger misses. Reg, it is your go. Two
Reg.
guys in front of you.
Yep. So, Mobed, who's hit me for 9 points of damage.
That's the one on the right?
yeah.
the
no,
one that-
I'm not happy with this guy at all.
Well, he's not happy with you because you tripped him.
He's
and
a
then you got
gobbo.
a
So
sneaky little kick on the way down.
yeah. So I'm going to do exactly the same. I'm going to flurry and take a trip on him.
Yeah, I hope you don't. I don't know why I'm feeling so aggressive. I think I'm in character.
14 on the trip. No, hang on. No. Yeah, 14 on the trip.
Yeah, that is not enough. Sorry, Reg.
So feeling the trip, obviously kicking his foot still sore, having tried to kick in the door. He's going to come back and spin right with an elbow to the head.
Oh, that's going to have to be a jump spin.
Oh, fucking 20. Here
Oh,
we go.
nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
He's gonna elbow his head off.
Do I hear 6 points of damage coming?
Oh, with a confirm on a 20?
20 to confirm.
Yeah.
Hits.
Yeah. Right. So that's double the damage, right?
Finish
Yep.
him, Reggie.
6 points.
4 points for
Ooh,
the first roll
yeah.
Oh.
and 2 points.
Called it. I
I mean,
called it.
I am averaging like an F.
It's like
Yeah.
a roller coaster ride there, right? Oh, the heady heights of a 4.
Do you know what's
down
really
to the
depressing is every
depths of a
time I
2.
level up, like when I get the new damage dice, it's D6 to D8 and everything,
Yeah.
every time it
It's
just
still
remains
3.
3.
Yeah. I had written 6 before you even told me
Had you
the damage
really?
too.
So you've written into existence. It was always going to happen.
Right. That's all of your flurries done?
Failed trip, 1 hit. Yeah.
Yep.
Far out. He's still standing.
And he is still
Fuck.
standing. Flopsy.
Both goblins still standing there, surrounded by, flank with Reggie and Saloni right next to them.
Yep.
Miles a little bit further away, me looking at.
You're almost next to Miles. So
Oh,
you
right,
and Miles
okay.
are kind of a flank back. We'll call you door team. Door table team.
Team
I'm
Delta.
not in a flanking position.
No, you're not.
Okay.
You could get into one.
Flopsy's going to try and figure out where the exits are, where whoever might have been in the room and dropped all that stuff and yelled out to us might have gone.
The exit is the big barn door on the far side or the door that has the table in
Can I
front
get
of
to
it.
the barn door without taking an
No,
attack
you have
of
to go
opportunity?
through.
Right. He'll take one move up and then he's going to grab one of the bits of cutlery off the floor,
Yep.
move up and throw it at one of the goblins.
Okay. Yeah. Just give me a percentile check. Let's see what you pick off the floor.
89.
89. You pick up like I guess it's a spike from the floor, like a handle with a rod on the end that you might spike through an animal's eye to dispatch them. Throw away.
Natural 20.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Confirming with he has to throw anything feat, takes no penalties for improvised
Oh, I
weapons.
was just thinking when he said about all those knives and stuff, I was like, wouldn't it be great to have a throw anything feat right now?
Yeah, that's great.
18. Does that
Oh.
confirm?
Flopsy?
Yep.
Which one are you hitting? Left or right?
Oh,
because
lefty.
that does confirm.
Lefty bestie.
Okay, lefty cops a spike in the face. Let's say knife, D4.
4 on the first roll.
Ooh.
3 on the second.
Okay.
7 points of damage.
With strength?
Oh, do you have to add your strength to
Did
it?
you subtract your strength?
Do I have to?
Yeah.
Yeah, -2 then. That takes it back to 5.
So 5 points. It still hits him in the leg, and you see his leg start bleeding. It's a buff leg, though, because he's like wrapped up. So the spike comes in and it hits the goblin. The goblins go, "Ah!" And they growl, and almost as they growl, their eyes get more bloodshot, and you can see them bulk up a little bit more as it seems like they've gone into even more of a rage. Their eyes turn red. They are frothing at the mouth, and they are just gunning for you and Saloni, Reg. That takes us to their go. That gives us one of them, which is definitely going to need to roll twice. He's got a spike through his leg, so he's not doing well, old lefty. And he rolls twice to get you. He's going to roll.
Still going to me.
He's going to roll.
Saloni's there, right?
One more time. And I am going to ask you this very leading question. Does a 12 hit you?
It does not.
Brett, I need a fumble card.
This is a Miles fumble card.
Yep. Can you draw a weapon, please?
We need to get our own fumble deck.
Okay.
As in fumble through fumble deck.
Yeah.
That'd be really cool.
With Miles on the back of it.
Just
I
with
think
a-
we could all take a slice of this, right?
Yeah, with a big 1 on his forehead.
Attack the darkness. All your enemies have concealment from you for 1d4 rounds.
Oh, that's awful.
Yeah.
Can you roll a D4, Luke?
Oh, only because you know it's going to be fucking 2,
3.
right?
It's going to be 3.
It's 2.
You call
Plus
that
1, see? It's always 3. It's always
Yeah.
a 2.
Okay. So
That's
for
nice.
2 rounds, that is concealment. And I guess concealment is a 50% mischance that it's going to do. It's screwed its round anyway. The second one that on the right, who has taken a significant amount of damage, is going to riposte towards Saloni because Saloni's the one that stabbed him, doing quite a lot more
Riposte.
damage.
So what is he doing with the prost? What do you mean? Is that like the actual thing he's doing?
I just assume
You're
the
using
riposte
it-
is a
cool.
repeat of
Cool.
yeah.
Yep. Really getting into the French face, isn't he?
Je m'appelle.
Madhead. Madtet, I think is what that is.
Saloni is struck by this horse chopper that comes down onto her collarbone. You can hear a crack as something hits, and it's quite a nasty strike. And you can see blood start to fly down the back of her shoulder as this thing bites in quite heavily. The blood splatters as it pulls it out, and the goblin licks the end of the horse chopper. Round number 4, Miles.
Miles is going to
My cackle was better.
Miles is going to slumber the one that's misfortuned.
Sure. Oh, that's not bad. What is is it a will save? Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. It falls immediately to sleep.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
And there's my cackle to extend.
I was
extend
looking at the
misfortune.
first dice I rolled, and I was like, there's 2 of those things. So it falls asleep, dropping its weapon. It's.
And also,
Can I just say,
it ends its rage if it's a barbarian or something.
literally hits the hay.
Oh,
I'm out.
I quite like that.
Yeah.
All right.
but yeah, barbarian, no more rage.
Okay.
Exhausted.
Is that all you're doing, Miles?
Yep. Yeah, because I cackled as well. That was a more haha. Yeah.
Okay. That brings us to Saloni. Saloni has 1 in front. She is not going to let that slide. So 2 attacks, please. Flopsy, let's see if you can do better than
Brett will roll it. Flopsy will keep to his own business. Natural 9 and a natural 8.
You see Saloni, she's moving a little bit slower with her shoulder. That hit has taken the wind out of her sails, and she doesn't manage to hit old righty tighty. Reg, it's up to you, Reg.
Okay, so Reg, now, hang on, they're on the hay, aren't they?
They're standing on a block of hay.
How high is it?
It's a block of hay height, a couple of feet.
So if I want to get into a flanking position, can I do a 5-foot movement to do that?
You could acrobatics over the other side of the hay, sure.
No, that's too complicated. I've used that juice up already tonight, I think. Okay, so I'm just going to straight round I like the idea of them being elevated. So the camera's going to come around and just try to swipe the ankle out for the trip.
Sure.
And that'll be another 24.
Definitely hits. So boom,
So vicious stomp as he's coming down.
Yep.
Reg has got to stretch. I've realised because they're a little elevated, he's got to stretch for the stomp. But there we go for 3 points of damage. And
What a surprise.
honestly, listeners, this is not rigged. This is absolutely consistently rolling the 2s. So when they're down
hey,
again.
Reg, the goblin.
Oh,
You break the goblin's neck as it hits the floor. You just go,
nice.
and you hear an audible click as you sit, and the room goes a little bit silent because the one goblin that is moving has just been taken out, and there's another goblin that is asleep
yeah.
on the hay.
Yeah, I've still got another attack though.
Go for
Is
it.
it adjacent to me? That one?
Yeah,
is asleep?
definitely.
Come on.
It's directly in front of you.
So how? So I mean, I don't. I'm too preoccupied with the one that I've been fighting to realize the other one's been slumbered.
Yep.
So I'm just going to take a hit on it.
Yep.
20 to hit.
That's
Oh, sorry, 22. 22 to hit. Yeah.
Sure. That'll hit.
For 3 fucking points of damage.
Okay. Does anyone want to
Sick
tell?
to death seeing this too.
Does anyone in the room want to tell Reg what he just did?
Just killed a prone and helpless character.
No, he didn't kill it.
You just woke it up.
He just woke it up. Although it's only one round anyway, so it would have woken up next round.
Yeah. But
on its go. But it is now awake, definitely. Flopsy, it is your go.
Oh, he's just going to move in and stab it with his dagger. Why not?
Flopsy's going nuts.
Well, it's on the floor. It's prone.
Throwing a spike, stabbing with a dagger.
Rob Flopsy's had enough, I think.
Yeah.
Right?
Flopsy's full of rage and impotence by the judge of that look after that roll. Impotent rage.
Yep. The hay bale gets it.
A little mite comes out of there.
Nice. Yeah.
There's a goblin that wakes up. He realizes that he's on hay. He sees his friend with his neck tilted to the side. He sees his horse chopper on the floor kind of next to him or on the hay next to him. He sees two large, well, a large and a small creature. He's more afraid of the small creature, I think, because he's just watching him just boom, people falling down. He will grab his horse chopper. He will attempt to stand up,
Oh, will he
provoking
now?
an attack of opportunity from both Saloni and from Reg.
and
And from Flopsy.
21 from Reg.
And from Flopsy as well.
21 from Reg.
I'll do Selene then.
Fuck you, Reg. All right, Reg finds purchase.
Oh! 5 points of damage, boy.
Oh, was that a crit?
Max damage on the D4.
Okay, so you just hit it. You don't trip it.
I am not mucking around. I just smack him straight in the face.
Smack it straight in the face. That gets us to Flopsy.
15 hit it.
Not enough, Flopsy. So the unintended consequence of it stopping rage is that its armor class goes up. So yes, so its armor class
Rough.
just increased. And Saloni,
What's Selene's attack modifier?
I don't know. What'd you roll?
Well, it's more fun if you tell me the attack modifier.
It's a 4.
Can I have a fumble card?
Oh, shit.
Oh, what?
So Selene rolled a 1 and then an 8. So 8.
Oh, Saloni,
So
that
for
wasn't
15
going to
didn't
hit
hit.
anyone regardless.
Parry, dodge, spin, thrust. You are dazed for 1 round.
Dazed and concealed. The goblin stands up, takes the damage, and immediately jumps off the back end of the hay bale. So just takes a 5-foot step backwards
Took a
away.
move action to stand up. That'll be
away
another attack
from
opportunity if
the
anyone
hay
has the
Yeah,
opportunity
no, I can do
to
that
hit
again.
it one
Again,
more
no hit,
time.
do I?
You sure do.
No, okay. That's a 14.
A 14 is going to miss, and it moves all the way back past that hay bale to the barn doors. Can't do anything when it gets there, but it moves its entire land speed to get to those doors.
So how far away from
And
me
it is
is
you see it. It's looking bad. Its eyes are kind of like bloodshot because you guys are all concealed because it hit itself in the face, and it's going for the door. It's going to try and get out of here.
How far away is it now?
It didn't move more than 20 feet.
Okay.
So you've got to get over the hay, so you can't charge it, but you can definitely move. That brings us to round number 5. Miles, what are you going to do? So this thing's 40 foot away from you now.
Okay, Miles is going to move up, drawing his crossbow as he goes, his gas bow.
Yep.
And he's going to take a shot at it from top of the hay bales if he can.
Okay. So you put the gas bow on Reg's shoulder.
That's a 9. Probably going to not do too well.
Your Gaspo bolt goes into the door next to the goblin, but the goblin continues on its way to try and open that door. Saloni, being dazed like she is going to stay exactly where she is and just sort of shake her head. She rubs her eyes. She's trying to clear her that dazed condition because she clacked herself in the head with her own rapier. Reg, it's your go.
So just how far away is it exactly from me now?
20 foot.
Just 20 feet.
So there is 5 foot of hay bale, 15 foot to the door, and it's standing in front of the door.
So I'll go over the hay bale so that I'm just 10 foot away from him.
Yep.
And Reggie will take his arm out and it seemed to be swinging at nothing, but as he arcs in with the swing, he lets loose the camera on a chain in an attempt to trip the goblin with a 14 on trip.
That is not going to be enough,
I didn't
Reg.
think so. Okay. That was a shame. That would have been fucking boss if it was.
Crouching tiger, hidden Reg.
Very boss.
Flopsy.
Flopsy's going to bend down, pick up the dog slicer of the dead goblin, chuck it at the live goblin.
Ooh, nice.
I am loving this side of Flopsy.
Flopsy's got aggro.
22 to hit.
Yo! Now, this is the thing, because unfortunately, there is soft cover between, because Reg is between you and this goblin. Hits.
Nice.
What do you call it? Like D4 again? It'd be a D4, right? It's improvised still.
Yeah, it'd still be. These things can't be thrown.
In the box, please.
It's on the floor. 4.
Yeah.
Oh.
So it's 3 points of damage.
It is 2. Oh, you do a Reg amount of damage to it. It gets served up a Reg.
Our logo should be a D4 on a 3. Yeah.
So, Reg, you see this thing grab the 2 big barn doors and it just slides one. They're on sort of wheels, so it just opens. It's not a swing door, it's a rolly door, and it swings open the door enough. So it slides open the door enough for it to be able to get out for the rest of the way. As it moves out, it provokes an attack of opportunity.
Yeah, okay, cool. So I swing it back and let loose. Oh, only for 15.
Yeah, your karma hits the wall as it kind of slides around the side of the door, and it uses the door as cover so that it comes out of sight from you guys.
Reggie makes a mental note to himself and do the katas with the chain. It's been a while.
And you hear muttering from outside, what the motherfuckers? What is going to do to me? I just assume that's how goblins talk now. Yeah, so the goblin disappears from sight from you, Reg. That brings us to round number 6, Miles.
Hey, is there any point going on further?
There is a man who yelled at us, Vern's brother, somewhere out there, who threatened our very lives.
So that's outside, right?
The only way he could go is through those barn doors.
Aren't those barn doors to the outside? Well,
They are.
Let's go, boys.
back where that bone room that was open, there was a dog leg in there we didn't have checked out.
Right.
Do we know he went this way, or could he have snuck through the bone room?
I'm pretty certain we heard his voice from in here, right?
You just heard his voice from further into the, you can't determine
Right.
exactly where from. It was further into the complex, and there were 3 sort of passageways up there. It could have come from either one of them. You've now explored this, and he's not here.
I don't think that goblin will be bothering us anytime soon.
Okay, let's go. Yes, sure.
Yeah, Flopsy, when did you pick up how to throw things like that? That's me. You're going to have to show me how to do that.
Just lucky.
How's everyone going? You took a big hit there, Reg.
Yeah, I ain't feeling too great. I'm going to give myself a little bit of the old fiddlestick.
Don't worry about me. I'll be fine. I can survive.
Did she just hit herself?
Is she rested or can you not? She can't lay hands on, can she?
You see Saloni with one arm sort of pinned to her side as her shoulder is,
that's
cleaved kind of very hard, and it's to the side. Don't worry about me, Reg. I'll survive.
Okay, so I'll give her a cure light.
You shouldn't have.
No, I shouldn't have actually. 3 points.
Yeah, that's very good. Right. So, Reg, you do a little bit of healing. So you take a couple of rounds.
How's Saloni looking?
Look, that knits most of it together. She's still looking pretty injured, but she's
6 points.
Oh, perfect. You see all of her wounds knit back together.
Lovely.
So that's 3 rounds of healing goes off. That's 18 seconds. Are you guys doing anything? So, Flopsy, what are you doing in 3 rounds? Or Miles, what are you doing in 3 rounds?
I'll take a hit if you you're giving them out.
4 rounds.
You want me to punch you?
I mean, it depends.
Do you need a light or a mod?
Just a light?
9.
Oh, that was fantastic.
I touch you in just the right spot with the wand.
So four
matron.
4 rounds of healing goes off. Flopsy, that leaves you with quite a few seconds. Well, almost. What's that? 6 times 4. That's 24 seconds that you can do something.
Good point, Justin. Well done.
I did up maths.
Up maths. Multiplying
Got a
maths.
calculator in front of him.
Shit.
Flopsy's going to take these 4 seconds and just sneak on out into the darkness and have a look around.
Outside?
The darkness.
Not through the double doors, back to the corridor.
So you come back inside.
Yeah.
So again, you've got 2 big double doors now, which are to your immediate right, and then there's that open door with the bones hanging from the ceiling in that room.
Double doors, have a listen.
Okay.
19.
You hear like kind of noises from the other side of the room, as if there's liquid, large
bubbly
amounts
vats
of
kind of thing.
bubbling liquid.
Check the door for traps.
Sure,
You want to do that?
I do.
+7.
Misfortune.
Okay, you do not. Oh, where were those rolls before? You do not find any traps on these doors.
And he's going to stealthily open the door.
Okay.
You guys are all still healing up while Flopsy's
Yeah.
out being
Yep.
Yeah.
roguish.
Flopsy peeks open the door. The door opens to a scene. It's a very, very large room from where you are. The room's about 50 by 60 feet. It's huge. It's almost the pair of that room downstairs where you saw the slime room. In the middle of this room, dominating the middle, are 2 enormous stone vats, each suspended over the top of a pit of fire being heated up by chains that are attached to the roofs. The sounds of bubbling liquid fills this room, and the steam from the vats and the smoke from the fires seems to give almost a pall over the room, minimizing your vision enough that you can't really see the opposite end very well. It's very shadowy. But what you can see is a large creature with python-thick arms, stumpy legs, dirty knuckles that seem to drag onto the floor, stooping. It's giant in size, large in size. Its dim eyes kind of turn to you with its soupy drool dripping down its chin. It smiles for a second, and then its misshapen features, which resemble a man's face, sort of imagine someone painted a face in watercolor and then threw water at that painting. That's what its face looks like. It's misshapen, it's distorted, and it smiles at first, and it starts to mouth something. Where's you, intruder? And it picks up a massive stick from one of the vats, pulling it out, and you see steaming water that is boiled fly across the room almost at you, and it turns to you and says, "You're gonna be my lunch." And we're going to find out what happens next time.
This foe was beyond any of you.
Is he wielding a giant wooden spoon?
Nice.
Just pulled out a giant wooden spoon.
Nice.
Skittles Day boy gone wrong, right?
Very hot. Party water.
Far out, that jump through that door was amazing. That was so cool. That was so cool. You guys hand off